try to combine design, comfort and functionality as much as possible. I spent so many hours in this office working on my startup and working on YouTube, and today I will show you around. I will start in the back with my shelf. I will also reveal what kind of equipment I use on a daily basis to work on my startup, and then I will also show you what I have here on my drawer to my right. So here on my right I have just a basic IKEA shelf, and starting with my two cameras. This is Kodak Ektar, where I shoot a lot of film. This is an even older camera from the 70s. You can see right here. I will blend in some images. And then I have a basic LED right here, which is from Govee. I have a bunch of those here in the room because I use them mainly for my YouTube videos, or even in the evening to chill on the couch to have ambient light. So from top to down on the second shelf here, I have a simple Kindle that I basically use to read my books. I have just a random decoration piece that I had lying around. Again, very vintage. Here I have my Sonos. So this is a beast. I have a pair of Sonos Era 300s coupled with a subwoofer down there, and this has to be one of my favorite things here in the office. It's just amazing what these two coupled as stereo with the subwoofer can do. It just enhances listening to music, it enhances watching movies in the rare occasion that I do, and it has a pretty nice integration with the whole Apple system. You can change a bunch of stuff on their app. But anyways, it's not a promo video for Sonos. I just really love them, and yes, they're kind of pricey, but in my opinion they are better value than buying something like a Bang & Olufsen, for example, speaker that costs 2k, but in my opinion, it doesn't compete to a set of Sonos Era 300s coupled with their subwoofer mini. Now down here I have another camera from the 70s. So this is one of my favorite ones. It's full mechanical film camera that I use to shoot a lot of film. I will actually blend in some of the images. It has interchangeable lenses. It's full mechanical, no batteries, and it's just an amazing thing to keep. I'm glad I found one in good condition, because I think they are getting rarer and rarer, to be honest. Now, like I said, here is the subwoofer that you can deactivate or not, depending on how you want to use the whole Sonos system. And I have a bunch of random camera stuff laying around here, like a tripod, a magic arm, something that I use to film also shots in the car. And then I have here an Aura ring, actually. I have an Aura ring laying around. I have it already for such a long time, and I regularly use it to track my sleep. What else? So what I have here as well is a moon swatch, which I rarely use, but it's a pretty nice watch as well. And that's about it. So over here I have an LED and a plant. So here on the back I have a painting which was done by my mother. So I keep it always here. And I structured the whole thing here so that I have multiple angles how I can film YouTube videos. So if I would put the camera a little bit to the right, I will actually show you this becomes an additional angle compared to what you usually see when I sit on my desk. So I can also put my chair here a little bit to my front, so that way I can use the whole thing here as a backdrop in the YouTube videos as well. So I have the couch here with a very old blanket that I was planning to change many times, but I still haven't changed it. I kind of don't like it, but anyways, it's somehow always here, so I guess I was just too lazy to change it. Let's move on to my desk. Now, before I talk about the desk, I want to show you one of the most important things, which is actually this chair. I just love it. It's a Herman Miller Aeron chair. Quite pricey, but in my opinion, one of the coolest things I have here. It has so many different functions, so many different type of things I can do with it, adjustments, armrests to the height, and here as well in the back I have a lumbar support. So I can do a bunch of stuff even when I'm sitting on the chair. What is cool about this is that there's a function where if I go back, it actually lets you incline the chair to the front in case you would be doing something a little bit more like inclined to the front. Anyways, this is just a dumb detail, but I think it's quite amazing and I love this chair. Let's put it that way. I justify it by the fact that I just spent so many hours, and to be honest, I just want to sit straight in a good chair to avoid back pain, even though obviously it's not only the chair that is going to remove your back pain, but it probably helps quite a lot. Now this is really the bread and butter around everything I do, including my startup, including my YouTube channel. So I have a basic mat here that I sometimes use, sometimes don't use, a Magic keyboard, Magic trackpad, a Logic mouse that I now tend to use more often because my Magic trackpad somehow stopped to click, or this kind of haptic feedback stopped working. So now it does work, but it works more like tapping sense. Anyways, doesn't matter. Now the whole desk is powered by a MacBook M3 Max, which is just powerhouse. It just takes care of everything I throw at it, from editing, from just simple working and browsing. Whatever I throw at it, it can handle it. Now here to the left I have a simple notepad where I take my notes. This thing is just a random cup holder so that I don't damage my desk. And then I have a Lacy, which is my hard drive where I store a bunch of stuff. I have a pair of Apple headphones which come in pretty handy, especially in the evening, because I don't want to keep wearing all the time my AirPods Max to be exposed basically all the time to Bluetooth. So I try to reduce it when I can. So that's why I have these kind of wired headphones. Now the monitor is probably one of the only things I would still like to change, and I think I will change it very soon to probably Studio Display from Apple. Now I use an ergonomic arm because in the rare occasion I watch a movie, I can just manipulate this thing here as much as I want and just completely turn it the other way around so that I can basically watch from the couch, because I still haven't put any kind of TV here because I don't watch any TV and I watch very rarely movies. So in the rare occasion I do, this fits the criteria. As a cable management, I use the stuff supplied with the arm. Well, not really supplied, it's just how the arm works. It has some things here for the cable management, and it just goes to the back. I have some basic Amazon things attached to the desk. Underneath I will just blend in a few images. Underneath here I have my Focusrite, which is just a little device that I use to power this mic, because usually this mic is on this thing here, but since I wanted to use it to record this video, it's right now not in use, and that's why you see this appear, because otherwise it's just hanging here with the mic. Now I have also an iPad, which I mainly use as a second display or portable display when I'm out and about, and I use it as well to record some YouTube videos and do some presentations essentially. Now here I have as well an Apple Watch, which I use when I go to the gym, and I would say that's about it. What is nice about this as well is that I can turn the monitor to the back, because you don't see it right now on the cam, but right here I have a camera which I usually use to have the typical backdrop you see in my videos. I will blend in some images, and that way I have a very functional desk where I don't spend too much time actually setting up the whole camera stuff, because the camera is just staying at all times over there, and when I need to record I just move the display a little bit. I can still use it, and I have here a dongle which is connected to the mic, and down here I have also a cable that comes out and just powers the camera at all times through a dummy battery. Now when I'm not sitting, I use my desk right there. The legs are from Desktronic, and this is just a tabletop I found on Amazon, to be honest, because I had to, or I needed a tabletop that is like about 2.5 millimeters thick, because I started screwing stuff into the desk, and I also wanted to have some kind of good looking tabletop in combination with my standing desk. Now I need to move the camera around, which I can do quite quickly. And this is such a freestyle video, but anyways, I have here my settings. Again, I will blend in some images, but if I press this button right there, you will just see, let me sit down, otherwise you won't see me in the camera, but you will see the desk is just coming up. So let me put it back down, and now let's move on to my drawer. And let me reveal what I have in there. So over here I have another IKEA drawer, actually pretty basic as well, nothing too crazy. And I have a pair of glasses. Here is a very nice little image that I just got gifted from a friend of mine a couple years ago, and I just kept it. I think it looks quite nice here. These are the lights, again from Govee, that you keep seeing in the backdrop of my YouTube videos. This is a plant, as you can see, pretty nice one. Looks a little bit more tropical here, but I tend to take it away when I use the main backdrop that you see when I'm sitting on my desk, as it can be a little bit distracting in the backdrop. So now here in my drawer, I just have, to be honest, a bunch of random apple boxes, a few incense sticks, things that I tend to use sometimes, a bunch of film rolls that I use to shoot a film. What else? I have some cables, some dongles, some lenses, some ND filters, which is pretty much a sunglass for a camera, and a little bit of a lavalier mic as well. And what else? I have, I think this is about it. Just a bunch of random stuff like this to clean my screen, and a couple notebooks over there. I tend to use this kind of thing, but now I stopped using because most of the time I make use of the camera that I have in my laptop, and sometimes I tend to remove the mat as well, or move it a little bit to the side and just use my laptop in conjunction with my screen, which is quite nice sometimes to just vary how you work. And that's about it. If you watch until now, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Probably most of the people already clicked off, but anyways, now over here you also see the other pair of Sonos that I was speaking about before. And that's about it. That's the office where I spent half of my life in to work on my startup and the YouTube, which I love, and I think it's quite functional, quite cozy as well, and I made the best possible choices so that it somewhat looks quite nice as well. I mean, I can obviously change a few things here and there as well to make it even nicer, but that's about it. That's where I spent most of my time, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you need or you want to know any specific names of some of the things I just mentioned, just write it down in the comments. I can happily reply to you and let you know exactly the model and names and whatever else you might need as well. Now, the whole point of having an office is being able to work on it, and in case you do always wanted to start a startup, feel free to watch this video next, as this might help you out. Thanks for watching.